Okay, so the laugh you just heard, that was Deeksheet. So I'm recording some podcast. I don't know which episode. So today's guests are Deeksheet, Nikita, and Rohit. And Rohit. So yeah, we'll talk about whatever. We'll start by introducing ourselves first. We'll introduce Deeksheet and Nikita. So tell us about something about yourself. Sorry, tell us something about yourself.
Anyway, you're giving so many interviews these days.
So you must have prepared.
Easy task. Yeah, I think what do I say? I think you already told my name, so yeah. That's me. Yeah, I'm what is it? I work for Accenture. Until today. साले conscious हो रहा भाई एक ही
मतलब दीक्षित शेट्टी कौन है? दीक्षित शेट्टी is a person.
भाई रिस्टार्ट करना
नहीं वो ये सब कट कर सकते बाद में.
कट कर सकते बिल ठीक है. तो कभी कट बोलेगा मैं तब से चल रहा
टाइम था ना तभी ऐसा मतलब फुल पता चल गया जब रिकॉर्ड हो रहा है तो मैं ऐसा
कौन से सर है
हर जो भी कुछ बोल रहा हूँ ऐसा एकदम सोच समझ के बोल रहा हूँ.
दीक्षित शेट्टी को किसने पूछा दीक्षित शेट्टी क्या एसेंचर में काम करता है? दिस इज माय 30 साल के लाइफ में दिस इज माय आइडेंटिटी. फिर और वो इंडियन है लेकिन
इंडियन भी बोल रहा है क्या? मेरा ग्लोबल व्हाट इज दिस पॉडकास्ट ब्रो? लगता है बाहर के ही बोलेंगे. Unfortunately, you guys are listening to an Indian. Good luck to you guys. But yeah, I'm Deeksheet Shetty. I work for Accenture. I'm working as business and integration architect. So yeah, that's about my work. Other than that, I like to play badminton. Okay. That's what I play.
He's really good at it.
Badminton.
Yeah.
How often do you play?
I often twice a week.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you said you were giving interviews right now.
Oh yeah.
Tell us something about that.
Interviews are good, man.
People who are planning to give interviews, just note it down somewhere.
Interviews are good.
लिख के
Very
रखो.
insightful.
अरे तुम लोग बोलने भी नहीं दे रहे भाई. ऐसे चल रही रैगिंग चल रहा है. सुनने का पेशेंस नहीं है भाई. ये दोनों गेस्ट को हटा दो. मैं बोल रहा हूँ.
Sorry. गलती हो गई.
I remember we heard of Rohit's interview, right? Your interview was that?
Well,
Starting when you started only. It was so for call and all.
yeah. I started very early. For switching my
बचपन
job.
में इंटरव्यू दे रहा था क्या?
एक साल दे रहा था यार. एक साल तो स्विच के लिए मैं इंटरव्यू दे रहा था.
वो अभी पहले दीक्षित के इंटरव्यू पे फोकस करते हैं. फिर
Yeah,
बाद
you asked me about why interviews, right?
नहीं like how are your interviews?
Yeah, like a couple of them I came, those went well. I think not like earlier. I think when I switched last year, there was a lot of calls, lot of companies. I mean this time around also like a lot of companies I could give, but I didn't search seriously because I already had one, so I didn't search that seriously. So yeah, I think I gave for a couple of interviews in some few other companies. Can I name it or what? It's off the record hoga na abhi. Yeah,
Name kar
Fujitsu. Yeah, right now I got an offer from Fujitsu also.
हाँ क्या?
Yeah, but yeah, let's see where I'll end up. Today is my last working day in Accenture. So we got a cake to celebrate also, bro. Yeah, they sent a cake. Yeah, cake is ready. We'll have in some time.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, yeah, interviews I had to give because I anyway resigned. So,
Now you can't blame Accenture, no?
Why?
Because see, Tech Mahindra में तो पता भी नहीं चलेगा कि हम गए हैं. They like
You've been working with Tech Mahindra for how long now?
It's been 2.5 years now.
and funny thing is, they don't even get to know whether you are working or not. half the week she won't work. She'll be sleeping.
Yeah, actually, that's there.
Tech Mahindra को बीप कर डालेंगे.
Yeah. That's a funny
And
thing.
that too, such a big cake, okay. This much big they had given, no?
Yeah. 1300 का केक दे रहे थे. मैं बोला कूपन दे दे तो मैं कुछ मंगा लेता. I'm like केक क्या खाओ अभी? 1300 रुपए का केक खाओ क्या? कुछ गिफ्ट दे देता ना.
Expectations. We don't even expect this.
ये ज्यादा दिया ना तो ये और एक्सपेक्टेशन बढ़ते हैं कि यार देखो यार लास्ट डे कब होता है फॉर्मेलिटी कंप्लीट करो चले जाओ होता है यहाँ पे केक दे रहे अभी इसको और चाहिए
केक के ऊपर चेरी भी होता है.
I remember I was in notice period, okay. So when I like मेरा भी क्या 5-6 दिन पड़ा था that I have to like quit like my last working day. Till then, I was after my manager to tell me. They told me, okay, they'll do something about it, but then nobody's talking about it. I'm like, okay, shall I go or stay? They're like, what?
about what like last day
Yeah, like she resigned, but they were giving her counter offer. But until last 1 week or last
They
working
didn't
day
even
also,
confirm
they
anything.
didn't confirm anything and they didn't tell anything and she was scared. Abhi kya jao kya? She was getting anyway on-site
Yeah.
opportunities and all that, right? That's what they were telling. They'll
Everybody
give.
was like, okay, itna busy. I'm like, that's okay, but tomorrow is my last working day.
तो
So,
फिर
yeah,
दिया वो
nobody
लोग ने
cares.
काउंटर.
Yeah, I am staying back here only.
हाँ good.
But yeah.
अच्छा है ना
But
सुनने
that's the
मिलता है.
difference. That's what I was talking about. Like where I am working, where he's working. Or maybe your company is like that.
Good.
It never happened with me कि कोई मुझे केक भेज देगा. And still he's cribbing about it. I'm like, what the fuck you got the cake? Nobody's gonna give cake.
Yeah. I was the first one to leave the project, by the way.
हाँ
So I've been working for almost 1.5 years, 1 year, 3 months. That project, so I was the first one to leave in this, last 1.5 years. So I think we need to talk about how interviews has been changed over the years after the COVID and before that. I think that's important. And you can add.
Yeah. Tell us.
Like because you see, earlier interviews are so difficult. Earlier it was so difficult to switch your job. Why? Because you have to physically go to that office and you have to go for 2-3 rounds, right? And taking off days. It was so difficult. Now it's so easy. Companies, let's say if I'm working for some company, they don't even get to know that I'm going for interviews. They have no idea. So that much flexibility we have to switch a job. It's more easier to switch a job than before COVID era.
So it used to be so hectic, yeah. Like schedule an interview, then you have to go there, then take a leave and all.
And that too the hikes they are giving nowadays, right?
Yeah.
It's like it's easy number now. We
Yeah,
don't even
because
imagine of
lot of people are leaving. No, I think that's very scary thing in most companies. People leave, changes job very frequently.
Yeah.
There is not much retention as much as how it was earlier.
So I'll just like to tell you that all these 3 people are from IT background, so that's why they have so many jobs right now. Not true about any other field.
Yeah, I think at some point of time, engineering, this education has been not in the much news because jobs aren't there much. But after COVID, right, what I realized was IT industry was a stable industry because there was not much of lack of they didn't throw out much. Like IT industry didn't suffer as much as other industries. Let's say you take automobile industry, right?
Yeah, they don't need that much infrastructure now. Like,
Infrastructure also, I think with the IT, COVID and all that, with IT jobs were secured. With this more projects come because they have to go remote. Most of the companies.
Yeah, and basically you don't stop using a software or something like that. So like Zomato, Swiggy, like everything is on IT.
Product.
Software, yeah.
And
So all
everything
those
is
products
on
are booming
technology
these days
only, no?
during the lockdown as well. But if you consider the industry like motors, I mean, just like you said,
Automobile, yeah.
automobile and all, so people were not getting stable jobs and also
There was
they
not much
were-
sales.
Yeah.
Production was shut because manufacturing, if it is shut, it's impact so many people. Like not just automobile, any other manufacturing plant jobs will go because of that only, right? IT industry wasn't like that. So it was
IT
agile to move into remote. I think that's what the difference
And
was.
it is more like a service-based industry, like
Service, consulting.
Yeah. So, and like, have you guys heard about this digital nomads?
Nomads, yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's kinda like that digital nomad. I think even I
Digital nomad. So even that culture, I think, is like uh, having like some stand in the society now. People are going towards digital nomading, staying at home, working from the home.
I think that's good, right? It wasn't the case earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
It's so good for at least for IT. I think even now I heard like in my area, my hometown place, there is a lot of engineering colleges. Like 3 years before, only 50% seats were full in that colleges. Now there is a lot of competition to get into IT.
yeah.
Right?
Yeah, but the
So-
difference is that all the engineering fields are not booming that much. Only the IT and computer ones are getting
Yeah,
filled.
correct.
Yeah,
So
that
even
is
my
correct.
dad is into the college and also he works in a college. So what there he says that mechanical, electrical, civil and all of those branches, they're like 50% of admissions and seats are getting filled. But IT and ENTC, I mean ENTC is the second option for IT.
Yeah.
So,
That's what I did.
yeah, even I did the same thing. So even
what? Did
only
Electronics and communication.
Oh,
That's
I
the
did the
stream.
same, no.
Yeah, because we got
Yeah.
food. No, they don't. You can go to
And
software as well as
I
you
was
can
in
go to.
IT, okay. I was in IT. That time I didn't understand like what exactly I have to do in taking what subjects, okay, what branch and all. So I was in IT. I heard that time I just wanted to have job, any kind of job, no. So I heard like TK electronics may you get good job. So I switched from IT to electronics and now I'm working in IT.
I don't know who started those rumors, but I don't know. There are no jobs in electronics that I mean,
Yeah.
that many jobs. I mean,
Yeah, that is
as compared to IT and all, very few jobs are there for electronics.
And IT also, we started seeing the boom in IT in the past, like, let's say like 5 to 10 years maybe. Like we started seeing the actual boom. Okay, IT as an industry which is going to give a lot of employment.
Not 10 years, I think it was started before that only.
Yeah,
But yeah, now
it does
more
seem
number of
decision.
jobs are there, you can say.
Well, the growth is like exponential growth. Like it's not yet reached its peak, I think. And the COVID is like it fits very good with the COVID thing. Like work from home plus IT job. Like having a career in IT. Like you don't have to go to the place. You just need a laptop and you're done.
I think before COVID time, it's what hardly you get in a year, like 24 leaves, right?
Yeah.
On the company, that's what you can take.
Yeah.
So your work, rest every time is work, right? It's like not even 1 month in a year you get time for your own, right? I think COVID has changed that, right? And we could
And,
travel and work.
Yeah, like the work model has completely changed.
Like previously, even if you have some small work to do, even if it takes half an hour or like 1 or 2 hours, then also
Take
you have
leave
to
and-
take like half day leave or something like that, and then you have to do that work. But now you can just go do your work, then come back. There's no, you don't have to take.
And
that
still you
leave.
can show up online.
Yeah.
Literally you can do anything.
See anything. Yeah. It's just online. Like I think it's very hard for companies to keep do a micromanagement in this type of work environment, right?
Yes, and you have more autonomy while working. Like you can do.
Yeah, if you're not.
But
into-
it's not like people are working less or something, because IT company at the end what they want is like they give you particular task and they just want you to complete those tasks. Then it doesn't matter like how you do it, and I mean you take a leave or not, and all. So
Yeah.
if you just complete your task, then it's good. So
Oh yeah, in that way IT is mature, no? That everybody knows that they have to complete the thing, right?
yeah, they just want
Yeah, they are not
the
kids,
task
no,
to be
कि ठीक है,
completed.
बात
Yeah.
कर लिया.
वो इसके जैसा नहीं है, लाइक कस्टमर सर्विस या फिर वो बकेट रहते हैं ना क्या,
Yeah, keep a track of tickets and all.
या टिकट्स वाला जॉब
Yeah.
या फिर
I mean, support is still the same. I don't see a difference.
सपोर्ट. पर इन लाइक इंडिया में तो लाइक जो आईटी मेरे को जो पता है, जो ऐसा नहीं क्या, इट स्टार्टेड ऑफ फ्रॉम बीपीओ. लाइक सब लोग पहले बीपीओ में काम करने जाते थे. ऐसा एमएनसी के लिए काम करना है तो बीपीओ में काम करने जाते थे.
Outsource करते थे ना सब.
या तो उधर से चालू हुआ. आईटी क्या रहता वो तो पता नहीं था वो टाइम पर. हमको सिर्फ वही पता था कस्टमर सर्विस की जॉब्स रहते हैं. देयर यू हैव टू हेल्प यू नो सम पीपल, लाइक यू हैव टू हेल्प फॉर people from UK or US, from other side of the
I
world.
didn't even know what I have to do when I start working. I didn't even know about it.
Like, have you guys, I don't know about, have you guys got enough motivation, or let's say you plan to do engineering, you did engineering. Did you really knew why you were doing it?
No.
Or did anybody guide you?
Not at
You know,
all.
why do you have to do it? Is it like if somebody told to do this, so that's why we did? Is it?
Yeah.
Like, I think most people it's the same case. I don't know like how people, you know, so brainy at that period of time where they know like you know, for I have no idea how IT industry worked. I had nobody to tell me okay what to
Nobody,
do,
yeah.
how do you know this thing.
You were very
See,
young at that time, like you were 18 19 years old.
I mean, now I don't think our
What do you
brain has
know, like-
matured that much
हाँ,
during
कुछ
that
दुनिया
time.
कुछ देखा नहीं है, घर पे ही रहता है सब. Like, क्या ही समझने वाला है.
I think that's bad, right? As an Indian,
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the same thing in abroad. For but-
अब्रॉड के बारे में छोड़ दिया, अपने इंडिया में चलेंगे.
I mean, like the type of you know education what we get and what they get, there is a difference, right? So
No, but nowadays kids they are getting good education. They know about like what they want to do in advance.
yeah, why not junior
Nowadays
just
kids
go?
know. I don't know.
लोगों
I
को
mean like,
बचपन से पता है फूज में आना है 30
yeah, so my niece, no. Even my niece says that she want to do research on animals or that way. Okay. So how does she know what she wanted to do? I just wanted to come out of my house. Okay. And engineering was the best option for me, and I took it like that.
I think that's a more case with the you know most of the people, right? So we ended up doing we reached some stage at this point, but you know this is not, if given a chance, if they ask me okay do you want to do engineering, I might not say like I don't want to do it right now because it's I don't think I'll enjoy it right now. I think this you get once you know
But have you
experience
given
different
the
things.
thought like what you would have done if you were not an engineer? Like what would you would have liked to do?
Yeah, I think travel, explore, maybe some sort of career in that. Yeah.
But that you're thinking now.
Yeah, because since I experienced it, right? Like after COVID, I had to start traveling.
And also you're financially stable in that sense, and
Yeah.
then you are able
Yeah.
to think कि हाँ,
Correct.
I
But
want
you
to
put
do
yourself when you were 19 years old ना. वो टाइम पे कोई आया रहता
this.
था
And
बोला
just take
रहता,
out the security of your job.
हाँ, बोला रहता तू एक काम कर घूमने जा मैं तेरे को पैसा देता.
Yeah, I think that time this kind of career wasn't existed, I guess, in India, right? I think at least I wouldn't have got any idea about this first place.
means basically you didn't have the exposure to
Exposure to that, yeah.
that. And
At least somewhere some you know people around you, at least they should experience different sort of things so that they can guide it better. In our case, it's parents they do one streamlined job. That's all. They only have the knowledge on that area. And they didn't see much of the you know how other jobs work, right? Let's say being a stand-up comedian. During my generation, if there's somebody go and tell, okay, I want to do a stand-up comedian, they are definitely even now they laugh at it, right?
Yeah.
So they don't think it's a career for many of them, right?
Yeah.
Let's say even like doing a podcast, right? Who would have thought some years ago, like few years ago, that talking to each other will be one career for somebody, right? I don't think that.
someone is knocking me.
And this wasn't funny and real. By the way.
Okay. So I'll just bite that hard truth, sour truth, and continue with the podcast. So as a career option, IT as a career option.
Yeah, because it has good money. If you don't know what to do
it's
this.
like, I to think the only reason I'm talking about IT right now is because one reason is उसमें पैसा बहुत है.
Yeah.
Everyone is earning.
But you
about
know what?
one.
उसमें मेहनत भी बहुत है.
हाँ, मेहनत तो सभी
If
काम में
you
है.
see, if you do like ordinary job like this ticketing and all, that's what I started when I thought, no, okay, now it's the time to change.
Yeah.
Then because this is what I could think of, like okay, how long I can do this, right? This ticketing and all. What benefit I'm getting? I'm like nothing. It's not even exciting. Also, no. Every day doing the same job, right?
No, but when you say
Little,
that it's
just
efforts are
define
high.
this ticketing
Yeah,
wala job.
efforts are very high.
Yeah, but if you compare like other jobs as well, like I'm not saying like IT is not we are not putting that many efforts, but the thing is that in the other jobs, even if you put that much efforts, then also you're not earning.
You won't be rewarded that
Yeah,
much.
you are not
That is
rewarded in
Your
that
reward-
That's a
sense.
big risk, right?
Yeah,
Incentive
so
is
that's a big
low.
difference.
And in IT, the incentive is very high.
Yeah.
Yeah, one thing is that, and the other thing is that everywhere you see around you, there is IT. Matlab, like on your phone, on your computer.
Yeah.
The way you earn money right now, you're working on your computer, you're using the internet, you're using some software. That is how, like, you get money. Even the money has become digital now. Now we don't even have coins and papers. Now
I
we
think
just
India is
have.
first in fintech right now.
Yeah.
Well,
I think these phone pay now it's not there.
Yeah, it's not there in other countries.
Other countries.
And the
Yeah.
technology is very like nice actually to experience, to spending money wise.
Yeah.
It's a good experience to use money digitally.
I think.
But I think one other thing what I notice is like the more and more you use digital money, right? So you will lose track of your money. You'll end up spending. That's bad eventually.
That's
right?
what the companies want, na? That's their motto.
I'm like, yeah, but eventually,
But
as
so
a consumer,
handy
it's
now.
bad because even if you go have a tea, you just pay $8, do phone pay or $10. Google Pay. You have no idea where you end up spending, right? How do you keep a track of all these? Yesterday I was watching a news and in UK, right? Inflation has gone so high. Now people are started using only cash, so that they can keep a track. So this is, I think, news from yesterday. So even if you see right now, right, all these businessmen, all these Marwadis and all, they don't do phone pay banking transaction, right? Everything is cash.
Yeah.
First because it's not much taxable. No, people don't get if you do transact in cash.
And you can't also track that cash.
Yeah.
One good thing about transacting in hard cash. But yeah, what I was trying to say is कि technology अभी आ गया है सब बहुत सारे levels में अपने life के कि we cannot ignore it now. ऐसा.
You cannot ignore it. I think that influences a lot also. But it's up to you. You should be careful enough to choose which one to use, right? Which will impact. I think there are certain impacts. It's very harmful to you, right? It's very dangerous.
But think like कि basic you don't want yourself to use it at an extreme level where it will affect your health and all. But you just want to live in normally. Like if you're living here in a elite place in Pune, then you have the option to not go down and get the groceries. You can just order the groceries, or you can just order in food, or you want to book tickets. You don't have to go till there, which we had to do 10 years ago.
Technology helped a lot. I
10
get
years
it.
ago.
Movie tickets booking was
So
like a
means
hectic
these
thing.
things have changed. The daily functions that we do that have completely changed in the past 15-20 years. So it becomes matlab ऐसा कुछ करके फायदा नहीं कि मैं जाके अगर आईनॉक्स में से टिकट लिया तो बोलेगा तू पागल है क्या, तू क्यों जा रहा है तू तेरे पास
I
फोन नहीं है
remember we
क्या.
used to see the show timings and all on the newspaper. They
Yeah.
a section of that.
I think this costed so many people jobs, right? You remember people used to buy tickets and they were selling it in black. So
Yeah.
now that career is also not there. He lost the job, bro.
अभी भी करते हैं ना वैसा, ब्लैक में बेचते रहेंगे अभी भी.
I don't know, but
But
most people.
पहले जितना था, पहले तो मूवीज का जो क्रेज था वो अभी थोड़ा इतना कम हो गया OTT
Nobody
वगैरह.
goes to
because-
theater now.
Yeah, I mean it's
Because
not
of the ID
necessary
again.
because previously when I talk to my dad and people from that generation, they used to be so excited for a movie. You know, they used to go to movie theater every week. Like they used to be so excited. Like, what's your weekend plan? It's the movies used to be there. I mean,
Yeah.
almost every time.
Okay.
So movies were, it was
Yeah, during that
famous,
his time, they didn't
that
add
time.
Instagram, he didn't add
Yeah, nothing was
Snapchat,
there for
YouTube bhi nahi tha.
entertainment.
So what else he'll do? Of course, watch a movie.
So
I think-
digitalized, no, it is now. Nobody, I to anyways hated going there, but still, but still, you don't have to go now.
I mean, like one thing with this all this
इसको-
OTT
इसकी
platform,
वजह से-
audience has been there is a more audience reach now, right? Let's say
And
Hindi
there is
movies.
more opportunity for like an authentic audience, like the audience can choose what they want. Like
Oh yeah.
अभी
Very true.
मूवीज जो बनाते, जो बनाता है उसके दिमाग में कुछ तो है, उसने मूवी बना दिया, तुमको आने का है देखो, नहीं तो मत, कुछ ऑप्शन नहीं है तुम्हारे पास दूसरा वीकेंड घर पे बैठ, नहीं तो आके मेरी मूवी देख. पर अभी OTT है, YouTube है, लाइक ऑडियंस इज लाइक मेरे को ये पसंद नहीं है, मैं 3 सेकंड से ज़्यादा देखेगा उसने.
Yeah.
So they have the option to explore what they like, what they don't like.
That's true actually. So we have more power to which one to support. Earlier I never used to watch Hindi movies like as being a South Indian. So now like even lot of people watch South Indian movies because dubbed and all easy to access, right? That's why if you see right now, right, Bollywood is not doing so much great,
Yeah, as compared
Right.
to
South movies, because now their audience has been expanded. It was not just only one state right now. Like 4-5 pan India, then they sell it in North means so many different states. Imagine the money they make, right? So their audience reach has been more. That's why I think Bollywood is not doing much. I think yesterday I was watching another one of the videos where he explained why the song quality has been dropped in Bollywood. Right?
Why?
Is it
why?
because of Instagram?
Yeah, because of the reels.
Yeah, even
I'm like, what is this? I mean, literally, it is true. They just want to make it viral. That's it.
Yeah.
How bad it is, like it's like Kesariya song only. In real, it's like full version is so bad. I mean, like even
I
think
heard it
fact.
only once.
I mean, like for me, the small version also was bad, but still, I'm saying, yeah.
मेरे को इंस्टाग्राम का वो एक गाना बहुत पसंद आया था, मनी के मांगे.
Mage.
That song.
She
I
was a
like
Tamil, right? Tamil.
That,
I
मतलब
think Sri Lankan singer something.
But
Sri
the thing
Lankan.
is, whichever song that is famous on Instagram, I start hating that song. I don't know why. I don't feel like listening to that
ये
song.
पूरा तो क्यों हेट करता तू इंस्टाग्राम फेमस जो गाने होते हो?
पता
Yeah.
नहीं
Yeah,
वो
everybody
क्योंकि
hates. Even I hate.
simple thing is like the same part
Is repeated so many
let's
times.
consider it's for 30 seconds or 20 seconds, so only that part is repeatedly you get to listen on when you're on Instagram. So I don't know, I don't feel like listening
Yeah, and
to a
people make
complete
so
song.
many reels on one single piece of
Yeah,
audio.
it's basically if one song goes viral, then it becomes a trend, and then everyone
सब लोग
follows that
करते
trend and all.
And they also do those dances, like dance.
Yeah. It's like a TikTok now.
Yeah, it's TikTok only.
It is
like,
TikTok, right?
Yeah.
Because of the reels, it
Yeah.
is like that. TikTok.
Lot of like Instagram people like who've been using Instagram famous, little bit famous on Instagram. They are like this reels things won't work out, for Instagram, and that this is like going to be a dead platform or something like that.
Mark Zuckerberg must be so thankful to Indian government for banning TikTok.
Yeah.
In India.
And actually it happened right after that. Earlier Instagram wasn't like this, okay. So इतना भी ज़्यादा नहीं, reels and all. Now
Reels
it's
to go
totally that
TikTok,
thing.
yeah. Even YouTube started.
Now they have
Shorts.
changed their algorithm also in Instagram. So if you're making a reel or a video, then it has a higher priority than the simple picture if you're posting.
Okay.
So nowadays people have these
Now Insta
influencer
suggests
pages.
you,
They, even if it's a meme, they'll start putting it as a
Video.
as a
Yeah.
video or as a
Reel.
as a reel.
Yeah.
It's because of the that algorithm change.
So now I get these suggestions, where pictures are there and they put some song and they are like suggesting you make a reel. I'm like, what the fuck? Why do I have to do that?
Are they, like the past few reels which have gone viral now, I have seen that the viral reel itself is like, this is a trending audio, make a reel, save this for your reel.
Yeah, Instagram
Yeah.
suggests you like this
Yeah.
is trending right now. So
No, like मैं वीडियो बनाया, मैं उसमें एक म्यूजिक डाला, बोला ये म्यूजिक अभी क्या बोलते हैं वायरल होने वाला है, तुम लोग बनाना चालू करो.
अच्छा ऐसा भी आता है क्या? मैंने कुछ कंटेंट बनाया नहीं है तो मुझे आता है.
अरे बहुत डिफिकल्ट है कंटेंट बनाना, इजी नहीं है ब्रो.
टाइम
Reel बनाना भी बहुत difficult है.
हाँ, it's very time consuming.
1 घंटा लगा मेरे को एक रील
You have to
बनाने
select
का.
the pictures. I did it once. You have to select
Hey,
the
pictures and
all.
like I tried it once with my younger brother when we were attending a marriage. So we had nothing to do. So my brother is very much into taking pictures and all. So he and my other cousin is there. So they were trying to get videos and trying to make reels according to like what was famous at that time.
Trend.
Yeah, what was trending. So basically it was like completely like all the time they were doing that thing, taking shot, ऐसा shot, फिर उसमें कुछ तो ये रहता है transitions and all. So all of those things.
ट्रांजिशन रहता, फेड रहता, अलाइनमेंट रहता.
You guys follow any lifestyle vlogs and all that? Like that Gaurav, who is that name? That bodybuilder, Gaurav Taneja.
Gaurav Taneja, I don't know.
I don't know what
If
is that.
you do-
Air biceps name is Gaurav Taneja.
नहीं,
No. That
उसका
guy,
तो
that
आलू वाला
pilot
है.
guy, couple.
No, I don't know.
Yeah.
I follow more like न्यूज वाले लोग और फिर आर्टिस्ट.
I follow 2, 3 finance guys.
Sharan and all.
Sharan, finance with Sharan.
That too, sometimes I feel like overacting. What is
yeah,
this?
that is
Too much. I'm like that. I think it helped us to understand better.
Yeah.
Definitely, that's there. But yeah, in terms of they are also doing the same thing, no?
Yeah, these are
with much better content.
Ankur
that's it.
Variku,
yeah. He's author.
Every day he posts like 3 things too, and then something.
तुमने देखा है क्या उसका अंकुर?
हाँ, I do follow him. Yeah, because I sometimes I feel
कैसा है उसका
like
content?
financial advices were good on YouTube, so I started following
How is he?
Instagram.
How is he? Like,
So he is also like very positive sort of a
Hyper
person.
positive?
Like, yeah, like very much positive.
मेरे को वो
Better version of beer biceps.
Yeah, I can say he's a better version.
मैं उसका वो YouTube वाला ऐड देखा था नहीं क्या कि मेरे को सिर्फ तुम 10 सेशन दो या 10 मिनट कुछ तो दो, मैं तुम्हारा लाइफ चेंज कर देगा. बोले 10 सेशंस में तुमको टाइम मैनेजमेंट में ऐसा सिखा देगा
right.
कि तुम्हारा लाइफ चेंज हो जाएगा. मैं बोला मैं 10 साल से कर रहा, कुछ हो रहा नहीं.
So तूने कोर्स नहीं लिया ना, that's the point.
That's what he's selling actually. Yeah, exactly. You're the target audience.
See, you have been trying, you're giving your 100% since 10 years, still you're not able to do it. So let me,
Help you do it.
guide you. Just give me 10 sessions.
Yeah, 10 sessions of your time.
फिर लगता है चलो देख ही लेते हैं, कुछ हो जाएगा.
अपने से तो कुछ हो रहा नहीं है, चलो ये देख के हो जाए शायद.
There is another guy, that always keeps getting these ads. Like that guy tells 15 minutes in a day. Like that one guy, he teaches English, bro. Like Ignis के उन लोगों के ऊपर वीडियो भी बनाया था basically. Like how they manipulate and sell their shit things.
Okay.
Yeah. There's other guy who makes you, I'll teach you what business, how to grow your business in 100 days or something like that. ऐसा कुछ तो है. There's a lot of fake influence.
वो लोग का चलता नहीं.
हाँ? Yeah.
खुद का business चलता नहीं.
But I don't think there is a miracle here, okay, to do anything. It's consistent hard work that will take you to somewhere.
Yeah, of course.
Like no matter what they say, no matter what they do, it's end of the day it's up to you. You have to make your mind.
Like the people who put on ad अभी अंको वादेकर जैसे तो बिना ad जो डाल के भी
I
बहुत लोग
like
करते
this
हैं.
line, by the way, the one you said
What is it?
just now. Before that, now you said something. No matter what you do,
miracle.
what they say, something like that. From where did you copy this, or you said that?
By the way, you should follow Deeksheet Shetty on LinkedIn. So he has very insightful thoughts
Part-time motivational speaker.
on LinkedIn.
Only on LinkedIn.
Yeah, even if you used it, that was good.
Probably now in podcasts like this. Yeah.
If you want personal motivation sessions, contact Deeksheet Shetty. He works at Accenture.
Not anymore after this. Don't know where I'll go, but yeah, I'll keep you updated on LinkedIn. So follow me. Stay tuned.
अरे वो LinkedIn का तो motivational scheme मेरे I just hate it, man. Like I can't go through it. It's too much motivation, man. Like everyone is getting jobs, everyone is doing something good, and I'm like मेरे को क्यों नहीं मिल रहा फिर job?
Because
Like I think that's the reason I am not their Instagram. Like if you see that in Instagram, you just see their best version of them, right?
Yeah.
You don't see the entire. They don't post some fuck all picture, right? They don't do that. Even if they have a picture, they'll add some lot of filters, then they'll show to the world, right? So that's I think that's bad. Following, it's a trap basically
Yeah.
to get into that. So the more and more we see it, we feel like, okay, why not I am having such life, let's say somebody is traveling someplace,
Yeah,
having
but it
lives.
happens on LinkedIn as well, dude. Like on LinkedIn also,
everything.
people are like getting crazy offers and crazy jobs.
Yeah.
Like this FANG, like Facebook, Amazon, and all of those top 5 companies are there. Like every day I see someone is getting placed in that company, and then they are writing about their journey, like how they got the job and all, how they prepared for it and everything. So you feel like अरे मतलब हम नॉर्मल जॉब करने वाले पागल ही लोग हैं, नहीं कि सिर्फ फेसबुक और अमेजोन वाले लोग ही मतलब असली जॉब कर रहे हैं.
Yeah.
And these are the negative things about all these, social media. It can influence in any which way. It's up to you how what you do.
Like, even if
gives
you're
you
earning
anxiety.
very well in India also, like, but then you'll see these sort of posts.
You're like, what am I doing?
अच्छा मतलब मैं कर रहा ठीक है, मतलब you feel proud about yourself when you in a reality you feel proud, but then you look into this LinkedIn and all, अच्छा मैं कुछ नहीं कर रहा भाई, लोग तो मतलब I am so scared of LinkedIn, man.
It gives you anxiety.
Yeah,
actual
and
anxiety.
the worst part is like when I was searching for a job and like I was not getting any placement, I mean job, like switching opportunity. At that time, I used to see this person has joined this company. People are like switching like crazy, here and there.
I think this is one of the reason why so many attritions happens in the IT industry, right? People see, okay, he switched, my friend switched on.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not earning that much right now. So you feel like there's a
Even
natural
if
tendency.
that is enough for you, but
Yeah,
then
still you think like,
you
okay,
start comparing.
So this is really bad. In fact, I think that's one of the reasons why so many attritions happens in IT industry.
And anything goes bad if you like start comparing. No, उसके पास नहीं है, मेरे पास, उसके पास है. Why I am not having it? It's like you can't be happy that way, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
डीप फिलोसफी में जाती हुई निकिता.
Because I believe that not comparing
हाँ
with
ना,
anybody.
सिंपल सी बात है. मुझे अभी
सही है.
विंडोज का लैपटॉप दिया, भाई बहुत भारी कॉन्फ़िगरेशन है उसका, मतलब बहुत ज़्यादा अच्छा कॉन्फ़िगरेशन, 32 GB रैम वगैरह, which is more than enough. But then you think when you heard about other people, they're getting MacBook Pro. ऐसा यार ठीक है यार अभी.
Okay, now I should call the recruiter and ask, dude, which laptop you're giving? Is it iPhone?
People do
it, right?
ask about it,
Yeah.
before joining.
Yeah, like if that is going to make you.
I mean,
feel
this
good.
thought has came in my mind. Then I realized, what fuck all thing I'm asking? I'm like, is this a criteria to go or what? What is this?
मतलब as long as you have that thought in your head, it means something, right? मतलब
Yeah.
तू सोच रहा है कि तेरे को पूछने का है.
Yeah, because see, that makes looking at all of these things, it gives that idea to in your brain. Otherwise, it won't, right? So that's why we should not follow the trend. Always.
Not at least.
I think be realistic, be simplest as much as you can. That's when you save money. A lot of things will be easier for you to make decisions.
Yeah.
The more and more you try to show off, I think that's when you lose the control on yourself.
Yeah, that is one whole different aspect. मतलब वो तो mental health के अंदर भी नहीं आएगा वो. That is like gambling
Now
के
this
जैसा.
new
है.
generation is coming. No, they all are like that only. Showing off.
It's like a whole different kind of addiction only. Like you just want to present yourself in a way that everyone likes. Like मिलना चाहिए, रील्स देखना चाहिए. लोग पैसे कमा रहे हैं उससे वो ठीक है. पर वो पैसे कमाने के साथ फिर जो उसके साथ में का ये आ रहा है, ट्रॉमा आ रहा है, जो भी लाइक नॉर्मली व्हाट वी ऑफिस के जॉब है जिसमें अपन ऑफिस में जाके काम करते हैं, तो उसमें कैसा रहता है, यू इंटरैक्ट विद पीपल, रियल पीपल, यू नो, देन रियल मीन्स इन पर्सन यू इंटरैक्ट विद दिस पीपल, तो देखो तेरा एंजाइटी लेवल इतने हाई नहीं होते. बट व्हेन यू डू दैट ऑन सोशल मीडिया, बिकॉज ऑन सोशल मीडिया you see your friends and also the whole world in a very good, like from a very clean
Very
lens.
simple example of that is
clean
like
lens.
people who are studying in abroad. Like when they post pictures, like they only post what is best thing that is
Best thing,
happening
yeah.
to them in living.
Nobody will show their struggle on at least on this social media platform, right?
But when you actually talk, when you personally know these people who are actually working there and all, so then you get to know like how hectic that life is and how lonely they are and all the other issues they are facing.
Yeah.
I think that's a trade-off what they do, right? Because I think these things they knew it already before they take. Let's say they are going abroad, right? For why they go.
I mean, I
going
wouldn't
abroad.
say I did know all of these things when I was trying to go to US. And
But to actually experience those things,
yeah, so
and
it's,
then
matlab, when I was trying to go there, no one from my batch was, was already there or like whom I know who's already there for like 2 years and all. So I didn't know. I was just hoping कि भाई US जाएंगे एकदम पावर पैसा कमाएंगे और US में मतलब फुल भारी लाइफस्टाइल नहीं कि एकदम उतना ही सोच के जा रहे थे. But now I know कि that is one part of their life, but like the other thing is कि बहुत ज़्यादा बाकी के प्रॉब्लम्स भी रहते हैं. हाँ, बहुत रहते हैं.
Which they don't tell most of the time.
Yeah, they don't tell. If you're not close to them, then they will not tell you all of these things.
Yeah.
problems like what?
Basically, you don't get to if you're living alone or like even with a one roommate, you don't get to interact with people as much, like only on weekends. Like people don't have time for you during whole week. So during the whole week you'll be all alone on your own. Like not this is not the case for everyone, but the people with whom I have interacted with, who are staying there, who are my close friends, they are having this sort of problems. Then
But it also gets difficult to blend into that culture, you know, like when you go to a different country.
They should be acceptable, no? First thing.
Yeah, and like when you talk about, let's say, when we talk about US jana hai, Europe jana hai, so what kind of economic background you are taking there, even that matters.
yeah, recently I saw a video over there, like the guy who's studying there. So there are also the three categories of people who are staying there. So one who has like taken the whole loan amount and who are like barely making anything in India, but they're capable to send their children to US. But in that case, those students have to stay very they have to care a lot about their money and how they manage everything. Then they have to cook every day, and they can't afford to go out that much as we do in India.
Yeah.
So that is one thing. Then there is another group who is doing well enough, and then super rich people from India, they are doing really good over there. Like I mean, they have already have money in India, so they can go to this expensive places and all of those things like so many times frequently.
And that is what we mostly see on social media.
Yeah, so these people who are like the third category, they do these things like very very rarely.
And they post it on the Twitter.
Yeah, and they post it on an Instagram. and
It's
all
not
that.
everyone must be posting, but that is what we see, we get to
Yeah.
see.
How do you think the money difference what we earn here right now and what they earn there? Like how much you gonna save it? Is it really worth? Because what I see in the trend, right, last 1 or 2 years, even India you can earn pretty good.
Yeah.
Even a normal
So,
engineer.
Regarding this topic, I recently saw a video like where they were comparing if you're earning around 20 to 30 lakhs in India, and if you're earning around 1 crore in abroad, then that money is equivalent. Even you can say 20 to 30 is more than 1 crore you make over there. Because we don't consider the other factors over there, like
Cost
they
of
also
living.
have the taxes, then the cost of living,
Yeah, that is there.
and all of those things. So
Here at least you can save taxes, right? There are many ways, loopholes, you can save taxes. There it's, I don't think you can do it, right? Straight away it's goes out.
Yeah. There, like you go with a new identity over there now. Like everything is under supervision.
Yeah, one thing I remember, right? When I left, resigned, right, in Accenture. So they were asking me, what's the reason, right? I told, I'm looking for on-site. I got some opportunity, so that's why I left. So like that. So then they were trying to send me on-site and all that happened. How long you want and all that. They were asking
Okay.
me.
On-site means what?
So it's like any client location, let's say Japan, Canada,
Okay.
UK, like that. That's on-site, no?
Okay.
Yeah. So during that time, my manager told, right? So he was telling, grass always looks greener on the other side. Don't get influenced with looking at these pictures and all that. There is always even he's a Moroccan. He moved to US and all that. So he's not a native, right? So he was telling grass always looks greener on the other side. There is a lot of trade-offs which you will make here. Likewise, you guys also will do a lot of trade-off. But what you want in life, that's more important. So don't get influenced that factor. Anyway, that I was not influenced by that factor, that secondary thing. But what I'm saying is, yeah, there is a lot of truth in it, what he said. It's not like, you once you shift there, your life will be really good or anything, right?
I mean, like people rarely share their personal.
Yeah, unless and until you know them personally, they won't tell you like what are the exact problems that you're facing over there.
Yeah, and we just end up speculating कि ऐसा रहेगा वैसा रहेगा. पर कुछ मालूम तो है नहीं कैसा रहेगा पर हाँ ऐसा रहेगा.
Yeah, yesterday I think while we were discussing, we had a good laugh about this topic about people who does lifestyle vlogs, right? Like that Tanya, Roni and Bharati.
Vloggers से बहुत नफरत है क्या देखो?
No, I'm just telling. Like, at least listen. No, dude, you're a host. You should be more open to listen, not to talk. No, मैं क्यों बात कर रहा हूँ इधर? ऐसा host है भाई. तू इसमें सच में कैरियर देख रहा है ना तू?
नहीं bro, hobby.
Host lost the interest now. Host doesn't know at all. He's hosting the show.
Yeah, so you were telling vlog, lifestyle vlog. किसका?
Yeah, so any lifestyle vlogs you see, like, no, they'll be on the camera every time. You know, they're going washroom, they have a camera like that, right? So we were discussing what would be the advantage of this. So one advantage, what we realized, अभी तू किधर फोन रखा है, तू भूल गया फोन किधर है, तेरा व्लॉग को रिवाइंड करके तू देख सकता है फोन किधर है. At least people for us, it's very good for them. I was wondering why do they have to do every damn. They are showing every damn minute of their life to the social. It's on the YouTube. That's every lifestyle vlogger. It's everything is on the. They get up in the morning, 5 a.m. Everyday routine vlogs they do. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? And why am I watching? First of all, your routine. So it's a lot of funny things, man.
They are very used to all of these things. They get used to. I mean, even Tanmay Bhatt and have you watched these vlogs? So it's like they're continuously shooting. And then, yeah, like they're always on camera.
Yeah.
I mean, like.
You are the product, though. Like you are the product that is selling. So like if someone wants to see it, they'll see it. Like मैं हग रहा है तो देखो. तुमको देखना है तो देखो, नहीं तो आगे like then skip whatever, you know.
See, lot of traveling vloggers. कितना traveling vloggers है, right? There's a lot of people. One good thing is they'll I think improve the tourism and all that, right? So that is there.
But traveling vloggers, you know, they show like ऐसा कुछ अच्छा दिखाते नहीं वो लोग, like जाते.
No, it depends too. Like nowadays, like what these vloggers will try to do is like they'll try to show you something very different. I mean, if you go mainstream, you'll not find it, but we are showing it. We'll show you something different that is there. We'll show you their culture and we'll try to, you know, make
But
you think
दिखाते
कि-
नहीं है कुछ वैसा. Like वो बोलते हैं दिखाएंगे.
See, one thing,
but
no.
They just कि जो ऊपर का बात है नहीं क्या Google किया
And
तो
like
you will
people
get to
don't
know
realize
what
like what they show is on the drone, right? Drone camera. In the high level, top view, what you get.
You don't get that.
When you go there, you don't get the top view, bro. You just get this.
you are the front view.
Yeah. I'm like, ये किधर दिखेगा? नहीं पता यार, हमें drone उड़ाना पड़ेगा.
इसके लिए तो
So what's the
drone
point of
खरीदना
traveling? I can sit and watch the video only, no better.
ये बड़े टीवी पे.
Yeah. I mean, it's a fact, dude. I'm like,
Yeah, true, bro. Like we are not going to get that view.
you don't see the same beauty how you see from the top view drone camera.
Yeah.
You don't see that.
So also like one of the examples, like my friend who's in US, so he is like you know, he says like he wants to come back to India and all, and many times I mean he would prefer. And the last week he went to this Barcelona versus Real Madrid in US. They were on tour over there.
Oh yeah.
And if you see his videos and all, so as a football fan, I was so envy, you know, I was feeling so jealous about him that he is getting to experience all of these things. It was really good. Like I mean, proper fans, you know, like they have the chanting and everything. It was really good. So I felt like
This brings us in another topic, football. Yeah. By the way, he's Chelsea fan, Mr. Rohit.
Football के बारे में अभी नहीं बात करते.
Yeah.
That could be a different podcast.
Yeah.
उसमें I'll shut up, bro. Because I don't.
You can't be like a beer by substitute of every damn thing. मैं questions पूछूंगा.
उसमें मैं सुनेगा चुपचाप.
Yeah. I think one tip for you, like you should be good enough to engage in the conversations. That you should learn. You do, throw pointers and all that, but you don't build that conversation.
Okay, means like it's not going some in one direction. We are just
Like we talk about a lot of different things, right?
Yeah.
Teacher topic. It's up to you what topic you want to pick and drive that conversation. I think that's something you can improve upon.
yeah.
So it's not like we can talk any damn thing, right? We can talk on any damn thing, but it's up to you. You should give a direction to your conversation.
Like
this
light,
podcast.
if you want to start a light conversation with someone, you can't go and just start talking to them about their philosophy and everything.
Yeah.
You can start with light topics, like in general. So sometimes
So you have to get
sports
involved.
and all.
Yeah.
So it lightens the mood, and then you can build up and get to know them on their views on those particular topics. But if you start directly, then he's like, अरे क्या है अभी मिला है ये क्या पूछ रहा है मैं इसको क्या पढ़ा है.
You should some team calls, to get this experience. Abhi, let's say virtual team call hota hai na, video call. Like so let's say some session, Friday session or anything like that. So
You're
talk
talking
about
about office, right?
office, yeah. Like 1 hour, 2 hour session you keep, and around 20-25 people there in the team. So how do you keep them engaged?
Okay.
How do you do it? Like so you talk about something. There is one topic they will talk. Not many people will open up. They don't talk, and it's a virtual call, right? You can't pick somebody and that you tell me something about it. You can't do that. It's like more of an engaging conversation. Like okay, hey, let's. What do you think about this? What's your opinion? Like it's up to you. How do you engage? And if you know how to do it, how to engage people in entire 1 hour, 2 hour session, then this job would also be very easy. I think you will learn from that.
Yeah.
There you have to make everybody talk. It's up to as a host, that's your job. Let's say even in any meeting also, right? In a client meeting also, few people they don't open up. They'll be very quiet.
I think most of the time BAs are the ones who BAs and HRs are like more talkative.
Talkative, yeah.
Because if you see in my team, in your team as well, there must be technical people, and technical people don't prefer to talk. They're like, just give me my task,
Yeah.
and I'll try to finish it up, and I'll give my status and everything.
I think
Because,
we took some interesting paths in our career. I think we should talk about that a little bit.
Like what?
Professional journey, right?
Yeah.
How he has gone through. Right?
Both of you started off from GTT, right? Like you started knowing each other when you were in GTT.
Yeah. So basically, GTT. That's when I met him, right?
Yeah.
So we stayed. We used to go together in the office and all that. He was in my team. So I think
this
before
was
that
in
also.
2018, right? 2017.
Yeah, somewhere around that. 2017.
2017.
2017.
You joined in 2017 only, yeah?
Yeah.
I think, yeah. So this, I think before that also, to after my engineering, I just want to give a brief, like how I
So
grown up.
before the GTT, where were you?
I was in Tata, right? Tata Communications, Diggi. Yeah, I worked there for 2.5 years.
That was your first job.
That's a kind of first job. I worked before that 3 months, some tech support job. So not many people, right? I did engineering in Bangalore, right? So full jolly life in engineering, no career goals, nothing. I don't know, it happened to me especially. People are doing, oh my god, like my half the team, half class से आधा team, they living in abroad. Right, they went for masters. मेरे को masters का idea भी नहीं था. भाई और पढ़ना है क्या? What is this? I thought of stopping. They're like, yeah, it's a good idea to go abroad and study it. Why to go abroad, bro? So much. I thought it wasn't that easy. Okay, nowadays it's everybody.
The reason for that also, I mean, what I think is that if you start an IT career and you've graduated from an intermediate college, like not too great, like normal university colleges and all, then you don't get that jump start which other colleges the students get. I mean, they know like how to prepare and all of these things. So in mediocre colleges, the maximum you can get is like 3 to 5 lakhs package. I mean, most of the students get 3 to 5 lakh. 5 lakh is also so.
Forget 5 lakhs. Getting a job only is challenging.
Yeah, it was very challenging. No. I'm telling you, even if you get a job, then you get it in the range of 3 to 5 lakhs, and then you have to go through all the process, and you don't know like how much time it will take. But then you have and then also and then you have to search for a job as well. Then so what in people from my class.
What? Okay.
So everyone, so people who got the job, there are like only 2-3 people who got job from college placement in my college, like my group, and all the other people were, they took a break of 1 year, and everyone was like, started preparing for going abroad to study,
Okay.
to study MS. Because that seemed to be a easier option
Than getting a job.
because if you don't get placed in a college directly, then to get a job outside the college, it's more
Hassle,
difficult.
bro.
Yeah, it's
It's a
very
hustle,
big
bro.
hassle,
Like, it's.
Like,
I graduated at 2013.
Okay.
So until
You
2000.
graduated in 2013.
Yeah.
So
So
quite old you are then.
I'm quite old. I think I'm the oldest guy come to your podcast now. Sorry listeners, I'm very sorry. ये बुड्ढे को सुनना पड़ रहा है तुम लोगों को.
बुड्ढे के पास ज्ञान बहुत है हाँ भाई, कैसा
Yeah.
ज्ञान बहुत है बुड्ढे के पास. Yeah. So in 2013 you graduated.
Yeah, I graduated in 2013. So then what? Like no goals, no. I was looking for job. Go every day, go out, stand in the tech park, give security guard my resume. कोई offer आए तो बताना भाई.
मैंने भी किया है ये.
He's not even allowing us now. We are like we have interview. नहीं है, कुछ भी नहीं है. बोला interview भाई job दे दे. They're like give your resume and go. We will submit. I don't know what he done with that. So nothing happened for almost like 6-7 months. Meanwhile, I was trying to do some courses, .NET, this and all. Which I didn't understood only coding shit, or maybe neither I was interested to learn also. I think not much focused, I would say. So after that, then I got a job in tech. So then I realized that I have to find some job. I can't live with the parents' money, no. So I ended up getting some job. So I joined a tech support.
So let me ask you one thing. Like, if you had got the opportunity, like, if your parents were supportive enough to, arrange a loan for you, and then you could have gone to abroad. So, what would be your choice?
I would have done that.
You would have done that, right?
Yeah.
Even it's the same thing about me as well. Because for 6-7 months, there was no, I couldn't see myself getting a job in Pune.
That was in
anywhere.
2013 and this was in
2016.
2016
to 2017 February, I was unemployed. I was doing some courses and all of those things. So if someone was making that happen, that I'm able to go abroad and study, I would have definitely done that.
But nobody has given idea also. Like, but my
even-
parents told, like, okay, if you want to do it, you can do it. But by then I thought it was too much of a risk, taking so much money and going there. And what if something, anyway, like, I'm not like a very brainy student, right? Like, I'm very confident, I'll crack it. So there is always the insecurity feeling you get, like, what if something goes wrong? You are putting your parents in a risk, right? So that's something, I would have thought about it. But
now you are thinking about it. That time you would have thought, job nahi mil raha, chalo.
yeah, I think at some point it will be a blame, no, end of the day. Like, everybody's doing good and you're not, you're jobless,
Yeah,
and it's a
you are
very
in
difficult
that
phase
state
for
of-
anybody to go through. I mean, very
So
challenging.
instead of searching for a job, I'll just start my course, and then for
At least I can tell somebody that I'm doing something rather than like not doing it.
When you're not doing anything, people keep asking you after your graduation, like, what are you doing and all. So this topic comes up every now and then in every conversation, like, you have in family as well.
Yeah.
And it's like, for them, it's like they don't see it as a career for your kid and all that, right? For them, it's like a prestigious thing. They want to, he's got place here, he's doing this and that. They want
Their
to.
first job, they're happy that he's got a job.
Job.
they don't care what I'm doing. So when the first time I told my dad that I'm leaving this Codemasters job, so I was working as a game tester for 3 months, and after looking at my performance, they were going to decide if they want to continue with me or not. So, and after 3 months, I was very sure that I don't want to do this. And at that
What you used to do there?
I
Test the
was
game.
testing games basically.
Achha.
So
So playing games.
Yeah, playing games and finding bugs and everything. So that was my task. So you have to do it every day throughout the day. You are on the screen and
I mean, many people enjoy that working there,
Yeah.
right? Like
Yeah.
gamers and all that. For them, they will love it.
but the thing is, the game which you test, you completely lose your all interest in
Yeah,
playing
of course.
that game,
Yeah.
because you're looking at the same graphics every time, and it gets boring. I mean, for me and many people from that industry try
How
to
difficult was that
get
job?
into.
Like, how do you identify there's a bug? Like, what?
So there were different modules that we used to get. So there are different iterations of game that we go through. So the one which I worked on was like a dirt game. So dirt is a game where rally cars are there. So rally means you get a select a car and then you travel for a very long period of time, and throughout the jungles and all sort of roads. There is not a track as such. So that was the game. So they used to give me various stages, like the maps which are there in the game, and so I'm like a virtual camera, and I have to control it to the controller, and I have to go through all the tracks that are there. So you're not seeing any car, anything there. You're just looking at the track and how the trees are there, then how the barricades are there, how fans are situated. So you go to every step, focus on them. Then you try to see, like if two persons are going through each other, or like their images
Like
are
there are any glitches or something.
glitches are there. Then so all of these things
Visual
which you see,
glitches.
yeah. So either you have to take a video of that screen recording, or a screenshot, and then you have to create a bug in Jira. So Jira is software, like everyone knows in IT. So
I don't know what Jira
yeah,
is.
so it's basically a database, like where you keep track of all the tasks. So I used to create a bug on Jira. So if I see any glitch, so I'll use Jira and create a ticket for that, and I'll put that screenshot, and I'll describe like what's the error that I'm seeing, and then it used to go to the developer. Then developer used to make changes, and then used to give it back to us for retesting.
Okay.
So regression,
That
they call
was
it
your job
regression. So yeah,
for 3 months.
that was my job. So
Project management tool, basically, right?
Yeah.
Jira, yeah.
So if you see
Like
this
Excel.
task of mine,
Yeah, it's better than Excel, lot better.
Yeah,
than
matlab better than Excel, but the same.
Similar, like visual, like how to-
interface, you get the interface to access all the data and tickets.
But yeah, it gets boring, no? This
Yeah,
doing the same
so
again
this was
and
my
again.
first task, and I did this task for like 2 weeks. So 2
So you have to
weeks.
focus on gameplay as well as the background and
No.
everything.
I was my task was to check the track.
Track, only track.
Only track. There was nothing was there. It's like I'm telling you. It's like you are on a camera.
We were like gamer and all, like some track देखना है.
More like a traffic police job.
Arey, that's what I'm telling you. Like it sounds so fun if you don't know like what exactly they do. You just think like कि हाँ यार गेम खेलने मिल रहा है दिन भर नहीं क्या.
That's how sounds on LinkedIn.
Then there used to be different testings also. Like then पूरा गेम अगर हो गया ना, तो फिर टेस्टिंग में थोड़ा टाइम पास होता है. तो फिर मुझे एक ट्रैक देते थे, उस पे 4-5 घंटे का टास्क भी रहता था. सो टास्क क्या रहता था पता है? वो एक कुछ टास्क देते थे, उनमें रहता था यू हैव टू ड्राइव दिस कार फॉर लाइक 4 to 5 hours. That was one of the missions, or like some of the feature of that game. So to test that, you have to just keep on going round and round through that track. So that was a bit fun on the first day, first 2-3 days I would say. But then later on, as I said, if you keep on doing it again and again on the same track, the same
It's a
thing,
monotonous job. No?
Yeah.
See,
gets
I
very
think most
monotonous.
people don't realize that let's say in Accenture, right, there are people who's working from past 16 years, 17 years, right? I don't know how long they survived in the same company, same industry, doing pretty much same thing and working with the same group of people. I have no idea how it motivates them to not to take such steps or
I
next
think
job?
this happens after a certain age, I would say. I mean, I don't know, but what I've seen in the industry, like people who are there for 10 years are usually 40, 45, something like that.
So do you think it's a good idea to stay in a one company and serve for long, or is it better to explore different options every now and then, take up a different challenge? What do you think? What would you prefer?
Like working in a mid level companies, I would say I can't do this. Like be in the same company for this long. But if you give me an option, like I don't know what goes on in Amazon, Google, and all of those companies. So if you consider like getting a job there, like if you get a job there, and then you don't know like how is it different than the mid level companies and the service based companies.
So you're still saying that you might compare and then you decide. Right now, you
Yeah,
don't get an
because
option to
because what if I
compare.
get many options to switch projects in the company,
What
or
if-
getting to know some other
What
technologies.
if your
or
age
something.
becomes a factor? Like right now you're 27 years old.
Mm.
What would happen? Like how would your choices change when you are, let's say, 35?
So hypothetically, I would say I'll look for a stable job at that time.
Yeah,
Not
because
that-
your
that
priorities
time, but
will
yeah,
change, right?
because-
As and when you grow, your priorities will change.
Yeah.
Right? And certain point, or let's say 20, 25, you don't have to worry about your parents or anything, right? Your circumstances are very different. So a lot of people, the earlier you take a good decision, the better you will be placed. For if you delay it, let's say after 30, let's say you after 30, you have to take care of your parents, you have to maybe take care of your partner or wife, anything like that, right? So your priorities will change, and that will influence your career as well, right? So that has to go hand in hand.
Basically, what you're trying to say is that जो socio-economic position of yourself in the society that you live, that will change. You will become more responsible with age.
It is very subjective though, like it's not every, it's like you don't have to do the same thing what I do, right? My preferences would be different. That's why many people stay in the same company over the period of time, and that's why I asked this question, what do you think, which one is better?
Okay.
So anyway, I was
If it's a mid-level company, I would say I will not stay in that company for a very long time.
so one thing what I realized, right, I worked for TCL, that's a very big company, and Accenture also. It's a very good company, I won't deny it, right? But if you see overall in a big picture, Accenture has around 250,000 employees in India itself, right? Over globally around 6.5 lakhs.
Okay.
Right, so I joined as a level 9, it's a team lead level. So they start from level 13 to level 9. Then you grow. Once you go after level 5, then you go into management, leadership team.
Okay.
So after that you don't get to know the level, but you'll grow like AVP, like that. You'll get a positions, yeah. So what I realized.
How much time does it take? How do you think? Like how much time would it take? You are level 9 now to reach level 5. How much?
So right now, what I have been experienced, what I have seen in my people or surrounding here, like people there from 16 years, 17 years, they still managers level 8.
Okay. So 15 years.
15 years you won't even go into leadership level. That's bad. I think that's one of the reasons why I left Accenture. Like growth, because see, imagine 250,000 people in India itself, right? Just to give an example. Imagine the more higher experience you get, the higher the positions you go, the jobs will shrink, right? Let's say एक project है, उसके लिए एक manager चाहिए, ठीक है? एक project manager चाहिए, एक business analyst चाहिए, architect चाहिए. So those are jobs, high experience job, and those jobs are very less. Let's say developer चाहिए, so developer उन लोगों को एक 5-6 चाहिए, the pool will become bigger. The higher you grow in your career, the pool of jobs will reduce, right? The competition will be more. Okay, so that's why you don't find growth easily. Let's say in Accenture, 2.5 lakhs employees, to get into that leadership level, it's very not many people will get through, and very hard also. That's why people end up staying in the same level for 3 years, 4 years, then they'll get a switch. Here at least minimum switch level is around 3 years. Let's say if I'm level 9, after 3 years might I get moved to level 10. Even though right now they ask like, okay, if we give you promotion, will you stay and all that. this happens, and also they have like 50% reservation only for female employees. So what
That's a
happens
good
if
thing, no?
that's a good thing, yeah, but also a bad thing for for boys, right? Because I'm not saying if you, in the book it looks good. Let's say around 10 people are there, and one manager position is open, right? And you think there is only one girl, but 9 boys are there for that position who is trying to apply, eligible for that position. So if there is a reservation, if there is a female candidate, they don't consider those 9. They'll only pick female candidate. So they'll
Good
get
for the
benefit.
girl, no? So it's good for the girl.
It's good for the girl, but what about the people who put work hard at the same time,
So
right?
the
9
girl-
other people.
so
That's
the-
bad for them, right?
But there's only one girl.
Yeah, like I'm just giving an example.
Okay, let's leave that example. What I was thinking about is this sunk cost fallacy. You've heard of this, no?
Which
Sunk cost fallacy.
No, I didn't get.
So what that means is, like, let's say you're doing a job for 10 years, okay? Not 10 years, you're doing a job for 5 years. Now you've already spent your 5 years in this job. So when you try to think about quitting this job or getting into something else, or doing something new with your life or whatever, then you have this sunk cost fallacy of saying ki I've already put 5 years of my life in this at this place, and maybe if I put more 2-3 years, or maybe if I put more 4 years, 5 years, whatever time, maybe then I'll get into that position. So instead of going to a new place where I'll have to start from the bottom again, here I've already spent 5.
I don't think that policy applies here that much, because if you consider you are working for 4 years, then you have an opportunity to go to some other company.
Okay.
But if you are going to that company, you'll also always go for a
Higher position.
next level. You're not going there in the same position.
Same level or next level at least.
Yeah, same
that
level or
happen.
next level with higher pay.
Okay.
At least financially that will change.
Yeah, so I think
So-
more big factor I would say in that case is like once you get comfortable, then to search for a job, and then to prepare for the interviews and all of those things.
Yeah, why-
because
why-
you keep on working on the same project or the similar projects throughout your career. Like if you stay in the one company, the projects are very similar, and like or in some cases you will work on one project only. So you know everything about that project. But then you have to, if you want to switch, then you have to prepare everything, then get to know like what are the industry standards right now. What
That's
are
why
they
we still
asking.
see people with the 17 years in the same company.
Same thing in my company. So I was working in MKCL. So over there, people are working from 13-14 years. And their package is like, if you compare, people who are switching from my company with 2-3 years of experience, they are getting the same package which they are getting while working there for 13-14 years.
Exactly, that I have seen.
Because that is the biggest motivation, and the senior managers, when I left, they were like, it's a good decision that you're leaving early, because we stayed here like
But it's so long sometimes. So yeah.
and now it has become very difficult for us to switch, because they are working on the same project and same everything, like
One thing
13
people
years,
don't
almost one
realize.
project only.
Only one thing they are working on. for
Yeah.
30 years.
I think they would have seen something like, one guy, right? Even in IT, what I noticed is you go be successful with one project. One project goes on like 1 year, 1.5 years, maybe 2 years project. Big projects will go for 2 years. If you complete one project, you will be rewarded very good from the company. Let's say I'm talking about the project manager. So he delivered successfully one project. He'll be already on the good books. He'll be on the good notice. If he gives another project, short promotion.
Is
Right.
this how it works?
Yeah, that's how it works. Yeah, that's when they notice. See, one thing I realized working here, right? So, we go release the project, go online, live and all that, right? What happens? Only management notices during that time. They'll send one big email that, okay, we are going live. This client, this is successful and all that. That's when they start noticing, and they'll give, okay, very good job team and all that. They don't realize the efforts what we put through all these things, from the design, that thing nobody will come. Only management worried is about your performance. How do you deliver?
Your
That's what they will.
presentation,
Yeah. So So that's what I was telling. Like if you perform, in one or two projects good, sure, they know you're gonna get promoted. But that is not guaranteed when you move into a different firm, right? Like he said, I think it's very true that they get into comfort zone also. I think that could be the case.
Okay. Comfort zone.
Like my super senior here, I was reporting to her. She joined as a fresher.
Okay.
Now she's on my one next level to me. Like it's been like 10 years, 11 years, 12 years, something like that. She is now assistant manager, right? She was telling me when I told her I resigned and all that, she was like, "Are you serious? Are you serious?" Then she was like pretty close to me. Okay, then she started asking, "Hey, don't mind my asking. How do you search? How do you got it?" Like that, she started asking.
Yeah, same thing. These
saying,
guys
yeah.
also asking me, how did you prepare and all. What sort of questions they are asking
See,
now? And,
Matlab, you have to start from there. Like, how do you start applying?
yeah, and if you haven't given an interview in 10 years,
Yeah.
you can
Oh, then they
imagine,
think it's
like,
very
they don't know
challenging.
what, because the interview and the actual projects are very different. I mean, in many cases. Like they'll ask you so many questions in the interview, but all that knowledge will not be used, like not necessarily be used in that project. But the thing is, if you want that job, you'll have to prepare what is asked in the interview.
Yeah.
So
Not necessarily that you should know every damn
Yeah.
thing. Even if you know the questions what he asked, I think you will go through. Right? There is a good probability to get through.
Now there are like people on YouTube teaching how to crack an interview, what questions to answer. What
It's
to
easy. I think those things weren't there earlier for us. But we realized, and it's like I was giving an example. My manager, and she was asking, "How did you prepare and all that?" By the questions what she asked, I realized that this female she's scared of giving interviews. That's what I realized. Like if you ask me, there is interview, I'll be very open. Cool. Fine, let's do the interview. I want to see. I want to give. Earlier it wasn't the case, right? Before when I do the first week, second week, we used to prepare one or two days. I'm like shit scared, dude. What do I answer? What is this? Now that fear is not there.
And I think online interviews has also played an important role.
Yeah.
Because if you have to go directly and have face-to-face conversation and then all the coding and everything, so it becomes very. I think it would be scary for me if you compare it to the online interviews.
So while working with GTT, right, I try to give interview in SunGuard. So everything I cleared initial 2-3 rounds and I went to director level interview. There I didn't even know English how to talk. Throats were dry, face to face, he's asking for How dumb, dude. The female who referred me, dude, तेरे को इंग्लिश भी नहीं आता है क्या? इतना अच्छा बात करता है क्या हो गया तेरे को? It's like that. He was like, he gave a feedback that he is blabbering like that. So this wasn't the case now. It's so easy to get into interviews. Now I know how to drive the interview. So earlier I wasn't knowing that fact. Now I can take him to one side of conversation. Talking about something. I think if you know how to do it, I think it's easy to crack interviews.
If you give so many interviews, you'll get to know like exactly what the next topic or next question is going to ask.
Yeah, so that's I think.
So like basically you practice giving interviews, and now you've reached at a level where you can give interviews freely.
See, even now, if you give any topic, I can just keep talking about it. I think that's all you have to do in the interview also, right?
Yeah.
Not necessarily that you should know. I don't think he can. Even he doesn't know most of the time, right? He'll Google it and he'll ask you questions. He know that stereotype answer. Of course, there will be like technical people. They know. They judge you. But still, what I'm saying is, you can still manipulate a lot. You can still act like you know things even if you don't know. That you get to know once you know how to drive the interview, how to do good in the interviews. You'll understand once you couple of interviews.
Okay, I think you are learning from Mr. Beer Biceps how to be confident.
Not really, but I think experience will definitely help you.
Yeah. This was about interviews.
Yeah, and also like funny thing is about the HR interviews, bro. That's something I want to talk. Like people get so many offers, right? In IT, like everybody before they switch a job, at least have 3 to 4 jobs in hand. You can always have the option to go choose which one to go, right? So let's say what do I say? Let's say you got one offer, and you cracked another interview. Now that other person who is going to schedule, they're gonna ask you like, do you have your offer in hand? And you will say yes.
Yeah.
And they don't stop it right there, right?
Okay.
They know, okay, fine, we will offer you better, we will schedule the interview, let's see what happens.
Huh.
So they give this chance to give another interviews. Otherwise, let's say if I have an offer in hand, ideally they should not give chance to interview also. Right? Why should they give? Because they'll tell you, okay, there is already an offer. Yeah, sometimes they ask this question, right? By now you know what to answer to them also, like after a couple of what answer they will buy it. You can't tell about like, oh, I need money, that's why I'm looking for it. Like, but there is some stereotype answers if you give, they'll be happy. Like,
Yeah.
But I think this is frequent in IT only. Like you have many offers at the same time. Because in other industry, I don't think that many
Yeah.
openings are there at the first place.
one thing people don't realize, IT has a lot of money. Dude. These companies, no, like one good thing is they get good clients, right? Because of the brand name. Lordly, even we can do some. It's not that like rocket science that what company is doing we can't do it. Even we can do simple thing, right? So, but most people, because of the brand value, they get the clients. That's how they survive. And let's say they charge bomb, man. It's their deals are like in crores.
That's why they are paying their employees
Paying
that
money,
much,
yeah.
right?
So IT has a lot of money. Even earlier there was a lot of money, but they were not throwing to employees. Now because of the iterations happen, right? So many people switching the job, and it's so easy to give interviews also. No,
And it's more transparent now. Now you can see the numbers. Like before, it wasn't as transparent. Like now with social media and all the news that you get, how much a company is earning, you can see that. Before it was not so obvious to understand what your company is earning and how much you are getting out of it.
yeah, you know better about the company, right?
Yeah.
Another thing is like if let's say company is giving some reason like all these service-based companies, they'll give what 4-5% increment every year. With that, where you will reach nowhere, dude, with that increment. At least with the
There
high
was
level
one
of
policy, right? You cannot share your salary with others. Do you remember HR used to tell us?
Yeah, that is they still say.
Still there.
They still tell. Okay, they say some things like if you tell your salary to other people, then we can take legal actions against you. Things
Yeah, I
like
don't
that.
think that
also.
would never happen. But
No,
yeah,
I don't think that's true, but
No, that's not true though.
yeah, but the HR used to say things like that.
yeah,
Now-
because
now-
there was a lot of injustification happened in the salary. Like even if I'm doing the same job, I'll be highly paid. He'll be paid poorly.
Yeah.
So that makes a difference, and that makes people to leave. Now people has lot other reasons to leave the company, so they don't give a shit about it. Okay, did you tell the salary?
That's alright. Oh, we have wine. Do you guys want to have wine too?
No.